Hello, this is Victor at HistoryMercedes.com. Today I'm gonna show progress on the blue 1992 600 SEL. Okay, now this is basically going to be the final for me because I did all I had to do, and the car is gonna go for transmission removal. It's gonna be leaving, and we'll just do the final video. What's the result? What I did here is I repaired door locks. That's very helpful because that pump was dead. Fuel filler cut. All right. So the trunk is locked, even though with damages, but it still works. And obviously all the other doors are also locked. Now we can unlock it normally. Door locking pump is repaired. 7 blown diodes plus some traces are burnt up. Obviously seats move now, and we can open windows. Actually, I have to. Yeah, this car hasn't been. The window regulator on that side would need attention. Something is loose in there. But again, that's not for me to do right now. Open the window and open the sunroof because it is really hot today. Okay, dome light assembly is repaired. Mirror secured, reinforced, and it does operate. Very good. Okay, instrument cluster. This thing works now. That's our fan. Blower resistor on the fan was also replaced. Kind of smelled a little bit of a freon. Maybe the evaporator needs to be replaced. Okay, so the instrument cluster, as you can see, instrument cluster activates. All right, the radio. I don't want to play any music for the copyright infringement. Now, the amplifier is dead. It only plays on 2 speakers, so that's because it's just by default. Let's just do white noise. Here, white noise. Okay, so as you can see, 1 speaker on the left and 1 speaker on the right in the back. So okay, that's good. Antenna is also broken. The mast is broken. The antenna moves, but the mast is broken. Now here, this climate control here is also to be replaced, but what it does is it activates when you turn on the ignition. The fan comes on and then it shuts down. It's not draining the battery, so it can be left alone for now. Now SRS light, that should go out. Maybe some buckles or something. Okay, it goes out. Okay, that's good. Right, so let's just do the rear seat. Oh yeah, I did repair soft close. Soft close operates. This mirror is not moving, so maybe it will start moving or not, but I don't have time for this right now. It's just what's done is done. That's enough for now. Rear bench, that one works. Okay, maybe we'll leave it down. Yep, it works. Headrests. I wouldn't mess with headrests. I wouldn't, because those gears, they break inside and then they can get stuck. But it works. They work. They both work. The rear shade also come up. It needs lubrication on top of the track here, right around there, because it's like it gets stuck. So I have it open, but not all the way, so it can actually close when you push the button. Lights, illumination, everything's on point. Well, that is great. Soft close. All right. Like I said, the antenna mast is broken, but once the mast is replaced, it should be just fine because the motor operates. The handle comes out now. Look how dirty this thing is. It's been sitting for years. Okay, so some spare parts here in the trunk. These are some old parts and some covers for the engine bay. We'll get to that in a minute. The old broken headlight and such that. Okay, fine, that is fine. And soft close on the trunk also operates. Reverse guide antennas also operate. Couple of gallons of fresh gas. I think I put like 3 gallons of fresh gasoline. And this is our soft close. Okay, that's good. Timing is good. That thing was blown as well. The soft close pump was blown. But look at that. Even the front headrests work. That's unusual because the gears over there and side brakes, but doesn't matter. Okay. So headlight is reinstalled. Another headlight, it was in the trunk, so I put the headlight in, plus I fixed the headlight wiper. Okay, let's see what we have under the hood. All right. I mean, I'm extremely slow today because it's really hot. Now I still have to remove some of my parts here because this is for demonstrational purposes only. This has to be all detailed, but that's not up to me yet. This is not to be done by me yet. I see that this sensor was replaced, it appears, because that seems to be a newer one. Yeah, this is a 1998 sensor. This is for suspension. Okay, and you can see they just left this wire laying there. So this is supposed to go over like this, down in the truck, and then like that. Okay, so when the covers go on over, they clear it all. All the wires are checked, everything's on point. I left this piece loose because there is a need to replace an air filter, but you still want it because when the rain comes, so the water drains through this assembly down, versus it would just go all over the engine bay. Okay, the computer box was the biggest job. Actually, it was very difficult to put together because whoever took this apart, they really butchered it underneath, but I got it all nice and solid, secured very well. Now mass airflow sensor wiring, okay, and those are redone as well. And I'm also gonna leave all these loose. It doesn't matter to put them together because these boots have to be replaced. This is the one that I could kind of salvage because, I can put some duct tape on it. I'll try to do something like this on this one, but this one is way long gone. I mean, it's just messed up badly. It's just, no, this can't do. And mass airflow sensor, one of them is bad. So right now in this vehicle, I have one of my boots and one of my mass airflow sensors. So that I will remove and I'll put in the original sensors in, because for now the transmission is needed to be addressed. So transmission has to be removed. Why are you not staying, buddy? Come on. Why are you not staying in there? You can do this. You can do this. Come on. Yeah. He doesn't want to do it. Okay. Now, as for the engine operation, the other problem with this vehicle is actually blocked exhaust. The exhaust is absolutely blocked off, so the only way for this engine to run is without oxygen sensors. So those oxygen sensors are removed. One of the sensors is bad and the other one is alive, but nonetheless sensors to be replaced when the exhaust is being repaired. This is going to be a first start for the day. Cold start. Steering wheel moves. Okay, one more thing. What can we show? The mirrors. So this one folds. and obviously it adjusts. This car was preserved. It was just sitting somewhere. It was preserved pretty well until it set. Okay, whatever. So it's it set somewhere for a while. So yeah, so this mirror moves, but folding mechanism to be dealt with. Okay, well, maybe just to replace the mirror and repaint it. This is a 1992 to 1994. These are the mirrors that need to be installed. Okay, now let's just start the engine. It's going to be obviously loud, but at least we can show how it runs. Also, check engine light bulb itself wasn't there. All right. We do not have oxygen sensors, so obviously check engine light will come on. One of the mass airflow sensors on the right, the boot is bad. It's still leaking air, it's leaking vacuum. But we have a perfectly running V12 now. As you can see, the engine is purring like a kitten. Purrs like a kitten, very nice. That's cold start with the vacuum leaks over there, and obviously mismatched mass airflows. Water pump is loud, it makes the noise. Water pump is to be replaced as well, along with the vent clutch. Again, that's going to be for later. First is the transmission, because it's leaking and no can do. But as you can hear it, it runs very, very nicely. It's a record in my book. There is still some exhaust coming through, right? But most of it come out through the oxygen sensors, because these catalytics, I don't know what happened to them. Something, I don't know. It's just like they're aftermarket catalytics. Yes, they're not factory catalytics to start off with, but nonetheless, I mean, what could happen to a catalytics? Because this car supposedly it ran about 2 years ago. About 2 years ago it actually did run, and then somebody tried to do the wires and they messed it all up a lot, and I had to get all the computer box and all the wires together to make it work. And on top of that, the car was jumped, it was fried basically. All of these modules burning, I mean all of these modules being burned is most likely either like a polarity was swapped out, or maybe they jumped it like with some sort of supercapacitor or something like that. So it just basically blew up all these things, from dome light to the soft close pump, radio, the base module was burnt up, comfort module burnt up, climate control, instrument cluster, I already mentioned the dome light, door locking pump was burnt, soft close pump was burnt, and the rear climate control. It actually kind of half burnt, but it still operates, so we'll let it be. But mass airflow sensors, obviously that's not the they weren't burnt up because of the short, so I mean whatever, the jump start. But yeah, so this is where we are with this vehicle. So I did secure the mirror, the rear view mirror, and as you can see, pretty much 99% of electrics is done, the accessories. So some other little things, yes, but that's like for the future. It's not right now, because also suspension has been, it's risen because I replaced fuel pumps in the filter. When I jacked the car up, the suspension went up, so it has to be driven. The car does not drive because the transmission is empty. So for that reason, suspension cannot readjust itself. But it'll be fine like this. It's gonna come down while it's on the tow truck. It'll start bouncing. It'll find its position. But again, once the car moves, then the suspension can be checked out, and whatever the case is with the suspension. Like I said, AC is empty. The whole system is empty because it hasn't been running supposedly for about 12 years. That's what it's, 12 years is a long time. A year or two, okay, fine, but 12 years, that's a very, very long time. Alright, so before we finish with this video, and the car is basically going to go, headlight switch is nice. We have some lights in the back. The bulbs themselves are not there, but as you can see how even it runs. And I'm gonna rev it real quick because it's gonna be very loud. That's it, just one rev. I'm sorry, I can't do it no more. It's just way too loud. In the residential setting, this is not welcomed, if you will, to say the least. Even the rear shade is in great condition. I mean, the sunroof cover. This is nice. Yeah, this seems like there's a little bit of touching there going on. But anyway, very, very nice. Let's just set the mirror down so I can see behind. Hey, hello, hello. That is me right there. So, and the rear shade, for that matter. It's just, where's the button for that? Okay. So it goes down. It goes up. Well, actually, look at that. It actually started to work better. I guess I stretched it out, and it works. You see, it's like it gets a little stuck at the end, but today it works. Yeah, the gear over there is stripped a little bit. I wouldn't mess with it, like I said, because one day it can just get stuck, or just whatever. But I'll leave it up like this, let it be, so there is less sun coming in this car. Well, so far so good. Steering wheel is light, as it's supposed to be. Tires need some air. And obviously because of some air leaks, we have some idle fluctuation, but that's not a big deal. The battery has no drains. It does not drain the battery. So after all these damages, that is a great result. Soft close, of course. Yeah, I'll have to put some air in these tires. I mean, look at them. They're like low. Just for good measure. Tires are, you know, to be replaced. You can see cords already. Like seriously, they had decent threads, but they just set forever. Let me see if we can have a date code on these. I don't see a date code on these rubbers. Maybe it's so old that it doesn't even have a date code, unless these numbers are some sort of a date code. I don't know. I don't see the usual DOT. Yeah, I don't see the usual DOT's date code stamps. You know, like it says DOT and whatever. But anyway, I mean, yeah, you can see it's like it's just crazy. Okay, well, I guess this will be all. It's a very long video, but just wanted to show the end result here. It's gonna live. This car is definitely gonna live. And it took me about a month, not like full days working on it, but yeah, it was kind of difficult actually. This one was not that simple as well, it was a difficult job. I mean, all these things, and I had the wood panel, I had to reinforce that. The switches fell in, I had to make some brackets behind, I mean, all that. And again, it's not finished, so, but at the end, right now, as you can see, it's pretty much fully functional except for transmission. Transmission, when you put fluid in it, it actually starts moving. The car wants to go, but it leaks right out. So you got the main seal problem or the pump problem or something like that. So it's to be removed and checked out. Okay, so I guess this would be all for me. It was a little bit of a journey with this one, but hopefully it's going to live. It's going to be resurrected, and soon it's going to be back on the road. 60,000 miles. The engine revs up really happily. So yes, it's gonna live. It's gonna live. Okay, this is Victor. RestoreYourMercedes.com is the website, and thank you for watching.